My great-great-grandfather started this business in 1857, and 160 years says something about what kind of business this was. I used to come here when I was young. I used to ride my bike from the farm out here. My mom would send me for groceries. We didn't really realize how important it was till later on in life, after going to school and doing all of those things. My father called me one day. I had just graduated from college. He said, "How would you like to go into business?" And I said, "I don't have any money." And he says, "Well, we'll go in as partners. I'll put up the money, you run it, and it'll be a 50-50 thing." The first day we opened the store, I was like the one, I had no idea what was like going on, and I'd meet myself going and crossing the aisles, you know. Growing up in San Luis, we grew up at the farm, growing our own food. I had to help irrigate, I had to help pick potatoes, I had to help bale, pick up bales, feed the animals, chop wood. We didn't have a whole lot, but we were happy kids, and we just survived by working. This didn't look like this when we got the place, you know. I put that in, I opened up these walls here. I hate to be the one to break tradition, but in essence, I think it's still gonna be in the family. I called it an institute once and said that this is where people come to know each other and understand some things of life, you know. This used to be part of the hotel lobby, because the upstairs was a hotel. They had 45 rooms up there. It was fun. The 20th of the month is when old-timers received their pension, and this was like a holiday. You know, the town was booming, and you couldn't fit people in here sometimes, you know. And those days were great. This was their main menu, the milk, the bread, the meat, beans. We used to trade wheat for flour. We traded for apples. We traded for anything that would come from New Mexico, you know, chili, you name it, we traded for it. The farmers here, the guys that had sheep, they would open up a credit account. They would carry it for a year. They would carry it for I would carry them for a whole year. And at the end in the fall, when they sold their lambs or whatever, they never failed. They came and paid me. And we went on like that for years. And it was like that before me. The people would come in and ask me for advice. I enjoyed that, because any problems, they would come to me. You know, in fact, Father Pat one day, that window there, he says, "What, are you giving me competitions in confessional now?" and I said, "Well, yeah. The only thing about you know, me and you hearing confession," I says, "is I can see the people who I'm talking to. You can't." We were all family. We were all family. If somebody needed something, they came to me, and I never denied them.
I wish my boss the best.
Do you remember when you first met Felix?
Yes, I'm working Central Oil. That day I landed down with no job. So Felix is there and said, "Don't worry, you have a job across the street. Go across the street if you want a job." Yeah. In 19 years that I work here, I see Felix and Claire like a family. And I'm gonna miss it a lot. Yeah. When somebody opens the doors for you in the heart, so you need to appreciate. Yes.
They make us cry sometimes, you know, but it's bittersweet. How soon I'm gonna get over it, I don't know.
I was approached by a gentleman who runs an organization funded by the Colorado Health Foundation. He asked me, if you were going to deal with the connection between agriculture and health, what would you do? And so right off the top of my head, I said, well, the R&R market, we should acquire that because it's for sale, and it should continue to serve as an institution for the community. We need a revolving loan, we need to mobilize the youth, and we need to mobilize the growers. And we got the grant from the Colorado Health Foundation. It wasn't until then that I thought, oh my gosh, we're going to be buying the oldest business in Colorado. That's a huge responsibility. San Luis People's Market is continuing to be what the R&R was. It's not just a grocery, it's an institution that anchors Main Street, and we're on the verge of a revival on Main Street, and I think that's also important to bring back many of the services that the R&R used to provide, like a market for local producers to come to and sell their stuff. It's not just a building, this is a tradition, it's an institution. It's a heart of the community. It's what brings people together, not just to buy food, but to share being alive together. And we are in a lot of trouble. There's a lot of drug use, a lot of alcoholism, a lot of intimate partner violence. Let's not pretend that there aren't issues here. We have serious issues beyond diabetes and obesity and all the rest in our social relationships. And of course, the role of this mercado as a center of community renewal and trust. We have about 100 years of knowledge and skill on that staff. They're the experts. Everything I've learned is local knowledge. Everything we're giving back is based on local, place-based knowledge. And so for me, there's nothing new here. It's just a revival of cultural memory, a restoration of traditional land ethics, of traditional relationships between people. This can work, that people will want to go back to their heritage cuisine. And if they go back to their heritage cuisine, they'll get healthier. And that's the idea. From dirt to gut and spirit. We got 2 volcanic rock corners.